So in business, you have to invest in things to improve your business, and I'm not too sure what Amanda thinks of everything we bought. So I've done my best to compile a list of stuff, and you can let me know in the comments what you think too. So I think we'll start with number one of the first things we bought for our business. Are you ready for this? And I'm not have this list in order, okay? Like I tried my best, but all right, here we go.
All right, what's the first thing?
The printer. Not the 3D printer, just a printer.
That was for the business?
That was to print labels for the business. So I literally went to the Source, when the Source was still around in Sarnia. And I'm like, hey, I need a printer that's going to be able to print a bunch of labels. And they're like, oh, get the Canon Prixma or something?
I don't remember this conversation at all. I know we had gone through a couple printers.
Oh, the black one. Okay, we're moving on to the next one. We're off to a real great start.
We can start that again if you like.
No, we're not going to start that again. The next one is the selfie stick.
Makes sense. He kind of needs something to hold the camera. We were using our phone this whole time at that point.
So I actually found the original selfie stick works the best. I have a couple of small tripods for the floor that we've tried over the years, and by far the best one I ever had was the selfie stick. The most recent one I bought was like the pole kind of selfie stick, and I used it, but I did use it once. So I still think it was worth it because it's just the right size to get over top of like the medium box. So different varied lengths of selfie sticks when you're filming with your phone works pretty good.
All right, what's next?
Let's just group these two together, the ring light and the tripod.
Okay, why is that?
Well, for one thing, we put the ring lights on the tripods.
Makes sense too.
Yeah, the ring lights actually work really well for light. I know that a lot of YouTubers will be like, oh, we need like professional lights, but you really don't need floodlights. Like, unless you're going to like film your slot car track professionally, which a lot of you guys are not going to do, I'd rather just use a ring light. They're portable. They work. Okay. Let's also go into our sets. So let's combine the two of them together. So we had Road Hammers, which was a 132 set, and Young Timer Showdown, the 124 set. So Road Hammers came with those Can-Am cars. It came with 4 2x30s, and it only came with 3 regular straights and a control unit. But it also came with 2 curved lane changers. So it was an interesting set. And then you had Young Timer Showdown, which is the 124 set. So the 124 set we got by accident, I had put it down in the snow and the box melted. And I was like, oh, I can't really sell this. I was going to sell it on discount, but I'm like, we really can't sell this. I need a 124 adapter for the market anyways. Which, I don't want to spoil what happened with that, but what do you think? I'm
thinking, I don't remember this ever happening.
Yep.
How many things are you hiding from me, mister?
That's why you don't have a good memory. Man has a memory of a goldfish. That's the friggin' problem with her.
Talking about memory.
You don't remember spending I don't even remember at the time how much the Young Timer was, but it was expensive.
No, I remember that stuff coming out. I just don't remember the snow bit you're talking about.
It was snow, and that's what destroyed the box. Spoiler alert, we did end up running some 124s a couple times in the market, so I needed that adapter anyways. So I think that was fine.
Still investments.
We ended up selling the tracks. So we went out of business. We sold the 124 tracks. We sold like the double lane and the single lane change. I kind of wish now that we went back in business. Obviously at the time I didn't know I was going to go back in business. But I wish I'd actually kept it because the single lane change, the straight lane change would have worked out pretty well for some courses.
Okay.
Young and Road Hammers, we use those curved lane changers all the time. That was the one we got a discount at Panther Hobby.
You're bringing up a competitor?
Well, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm telling them it's true. Next, the lapel mics.
Oh, those bad boys. You started off with one.
Yes, it was a battery-powered one.
I remember we ended up with 2 at one point,
we got a twin pack of non-battery ones. Here's why I just hate the cheap lapel mics. So if, looking back, if I had used my phone and the laptop to record sound and video separately, I would have known when the microphone disconnected. And that's what was really aggravating me was a lot of you guys are just recording from your phone. So the problem with the battery operated lapel mics that I found was that they would just cut out randomly. I'd go through and make 2 great rant videos and then they'd both be garbage. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need a dedicated mic. But like I said, if I had used a laptop and plugged the microphone into the laptop, I would have been able to see if the laptop was cutting out or not. It probably would have worked better. But the problem is I wouldn't have been able to walk around either. You know what I mean?
Right. That was the positive of them, be able to have some more movement. you've used one of them recently when you did the live unboxing.
Nope. I'll get into that one after. The non-battery lapel mics, though, they're just too quiet and bad. They sound horrible. They don't even have any volume to them. You can't hear anything. So lapel mics are getting a big thumbs down, I guess, from both of us. They really did not work. And this is why I'm just so passionate to YouTubers. Like, I'm like, guys, if you need a microphone, either use your phone, just use your phone, like, record from your phone directly, or buy a good microphone. Spend the $200 or $300 on the wireless lapel mics that are good quality and just use those, because
sound is everything.
Yeah, sound's everything. Here's a fun one. This is one of the first reviews we ever did. I had to look, 1 second, I had to look at my phone what this actually was called. I believe it was called Super Race Car Set. So we got that set from Giant Tiger for like $10.
Yes, the memories. And I believe it didn't work right.
It worked for 5 minutes. And then it broke and I had to return it. But because we were able to return it, we didn't really spend any money on it. So I'm going to give that thing 2 big thumbs up.
Okay, that counterintuitive.
It was pretty
It was
bad.
still thumbs down. However, we were not out any money because, like you said, it broke down so quickly after playing around with it that it had to be returned.
Oh, it had those like swappable bodies. I thought it was so bad. That set was awful in every single way. It's like a beautiful memory now.
But we do have that review on our YouTube.
Oh, here's a good one. I'm going to group these two together again. Facebook and Google ads.
Oh, I know where you're going with this, but you can go for it.
No, go ahead. I want to hear your thoughts first. I keep talking first. You talk first.
Well, like you said, as paying for ads for both Facebook and Google, like they were expenses. And I don't remember what the outcome of that is, though.
I definitely preferred Facebook to Google. I found the YouTube, because we did YouTube ads per se. I don't think we did like actual Google ads. We just did YouTube ads. And you might think, Billy, you're a YouTuber. Why wouldn't you want to have YouTube ads over Facebook? Because Facebook, people feel more comfortable writing than they do like commenting. And the thing is, at the time anyways, with YouTube ads, you couldn't like direct link on the video itself to your website. And the problem with that is that people were like, oh, how do I get to your website? It was just adding a middleman. Whereas Facebook, you can have a pinned comment saying where your website is. And usually when people go on your webpage, they'll immediately see the pinned comment, right? So Facebook just had a better way of organizing things. We don't ever use either ads now. Like, we have enough organic growth that we don't need to do ads. But maybe we'll do some ads this Christmas. I'm not sure. But actually, I'm giving Facebook, to clarify, I'm giving Facebook ads a big thumbs up. I like them a lot. And I think they're even more convenient now that you can do like Facebook and Instagram ads at the same time. Google, I wasn't really happy with how that turned out. So yeah, I don't know about Google ads. This is going to be a big grouping. Every single slot car track piece we bought that was separate. So like the bank turns, the straights. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to group these together, because I would not at all, despite our curved tier list before, I would not at all say any track piece is more valuable than the last. Like, what's your thoughts?
I would say you're right, because you're buying what is necessary at that time. It just keeps the dream going, essentially.
We even recently bought some 1x30 bank turns. I actually ended up really liking those bank turns. So, yeah, so pretty much every single track piece we bought, we used. Like, we definitely use them, besides the, like, manual lane change piece, which we have used, though. We have used those. Get used quite a bit. Especially because we changed layouts so much. We have, like, 2 different slot car tracks going on. Yeah, the various track pieces were great. Really hard to get into detail about it, but yeah, like, bank turns, everything was good. Now, this should be put under scenery, but I'm going to keep these ones a little bit separate, and that's the stacks of tires. So, like, the red and white tires we bought.
Yeah.
Those were, like, $90 at the time, were MSRP. So what did you think of them? Do you think we use them enough?
Yeah, because they're on our track all the time at the market. Are they not?
No.
Oh, gosh.
I've used them once in a while. This one is kind of a meh for me, but only because I don't know. I really don't know why. I don't like them too much. I prefer the catch fence to the tires. That's the main problem. Every single time I'm in the position where I want to use the tires, I'd rather just use the catch fence. Now, this next layout I'm using, I might need the tire walls to like stop the cars from crashing into each other, but I mean, the thing is, they cover a lot. They do cover a lot of the track, but the problem with covering a lot of the track is like, what's the point?
It's for the look. It's
I know,
the appeal.
I know.
I didn't find if they were the easiest to maneuver, but when you got them up, I thought they looked nice.
Okay. So Amanda likes them, I don't. How about this? The slot cars we bought. The various slot cars. What do you think about buying various slot cars? So Mario to the McLaren that we just showed. What do you think?
I think it's important because you need to be able to show off the product.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, guys, the slot cars, if you're going to have them move, like, super fast, like I do in my YouTube shorts, you're not really going to be able to see what you're driving. So, like, people, if you just have the various colors, I'm sure that would work. However, I recently started doing some slow motion shots, so those slot cars have become more important than ever.
Right. So, but for our purposes, we also have some for the car rentals, too.
Oh, yeah. I guess I should do that separately from, like, the ones we just show for YouTube. So, like, the rental cars, the Lamborghini Huracan. If you're looking to have friends over, get 6 Lamborghini Huracans, or how many players you're going to have. Set the speed to, like, 50%, and then you're golden. Like, the cars will... As long as you have catch fence around the table, those cars can take a lot of abuse. Like, those are our commercial cars. Like, those are what I put on the commercial track for everybody to race against. I have had very few failures. I recently set them to 70%, and like one person hit the brakes, and the other person had a lot of momentum going on the bank turn, and it exploded the front end of the Lamborghini Huracan, and I had to like glue it all back together. But like I said, if I had kept it at a low speed, that car would have been perfectly fine. Yeah, the Lamborghini Huracan, love that car. Definitely worth the purchase.
Explosions are also fun.
That was not fun.
Oh, okay.
So we had wood tables before, as I'm sure keen old viewers would realize. However, I'm not counting those because those are actually meant for home. I never bought the wood tables for the business. That never happened. But we did buy portable tables. What do you think of our portable tables we bought? We bought a ton of portable tables.
I think they're a great investment. We initially had bought the amount that we did because when we were set up at the mall, right? Because it was easier to set it up with those. Now at the flea market, we have less set up. However, now we have one for our set, and we still have one more that we're debating.
3 more.
We have 3 more.
There's 3 in the shed.
Oh, okay. That gives me more wiggle room for what I need to do then. So all business related. So
take that, CRA.
2 thumbs up for these tables, and we also got. Did we not get most of them on sale, too?
We got them on sale, yeah. It's definitely cheaper than wood table. Like, at the time of recording, it's cheaper to get plastic than to get wood. So, yeah. I liked it because when we worked on the rafters in the basement, we had some that needed some repairs. We were able to just fold the tables up and move them all the way. So, like, that's something to consider. If you're going to make, like, a scenic track in an area of your home, portable tables, you can fold up and put away. So just cut your scenery into sections before you put it on the table. Do like the scenery table by table, and then if you have to move the scenery off the table, you can.
In addition to that, because they're portable, so if you wanted to go, let's say you want to go to the park and play slot cars, like you want to do a little slot car tournament outside, you can do that.
Or go to the flea market or someplace. So you never know. One of your buddies who owns a business might want to do an event with your slot cars, and it's nice to be able to have that option. But let's move on. We're talking about friggin' tables here.
I know. We're going a little far here.
Power taps. So I initially bought 1 pair for home, but we needed more when we expanded to the flea market because the flea market track was huge.
Huge.
So for people who aren't aware, when things get like cold in Canada and you don't have... I mean, I had my slot car track in the basement, but like... The rails will get condensations if they get too cold, and then it makes bad electrical connectivity. That's what I found anyways. So, but power taps cured that right up. Like, I didn't even have to wipe the rails down. Now, the cars will go faster as you drive on it with power taps if they're cold. So, like, the track still warms up, but, I mean, I have a video of me running the slot cars outside in the wintertime, so the Carrera is pretty hardy. Yeah, anyways, power taps, pretty much mandatory, so thumbs up from both of us. Shelves. We bought some shelves. Amanda keeps wanting to buy more shelves. She wants to be the shelf queen.
Well, different kind of shelves. Right now, the shelves we have primarily are the ones that go on the wall. We got the one down here, and then we got a couple wire shelves at the market.
No, we have some wire shelves here, too.
Yes, I'm referring to. I know here, I said, and at the market.
Yeah.
And you got a couple plastic shelves. You do have some product on. But I'd like to get some more to help organize this a little bit easier, especially
The cars.
to find track.
The cars.
And to have the cars out. Make it easier to find stuff.
So, thumbs up, but you need a lot of shelves. Which, go figure. It's kind of funny how we don't have the shelves even though we've been a store for so many years.
But yeah, you kind of need shelves when you have a store. So, we're a little tardy on that.
The Evolution sets!
Yes, we had bought the NASCAR.
And we also had a DTM Evolution set. So this happened because we just could not get the 4-lane track working, digital track working at the mall. And that was actually my fault. I realized I was trying to do the classic. When I got home, I could not figure out what I did wrong. And it was because when I had it at home, I don't know why, but I put all the wires in the control unit lanes and expanded all 4 out because I knew that the positive and negative rails were the same on digital, well, Carrera digital. And then I didn't do that when I got to the mall. And when I got back home, I tried to do the same way I did the mall. And I finally realized my mistake. But that's why we switched to Evolution, so I didn't have to worry about the power taps at all. Like the I don't know. I still had to tap the track, but it was different, right? So it worked.
The different hydro requirements.
But it also
between the two.
But I also bought it because I thought we were going to do all these outdoor events. I'm like, oh, well, we did Kids Fun Fest once, and then I was talking about doing like the Brigden Fair and stuff. But I ended up really cooling off because we did one event with the Kids Fun Fest, and then I realized it's not worth our time. Like, I just don't want to do in-person events. And I had some comments saying you need to know what the locals want. The locals here in Sardia, like, a lot of them are just not going to be into slot cars. Like, they're just not going to come down and make the trip to play slot cars at the flea market. I'd rather spend my time doing YouTube videos instead of doing live events.
Yeah, that's kind of our mantra online.
Now, I did convert those cars to digital, or at least most of them. So they got some use. And I did use the baked turds from the NASCAR set. I guess I'm going to give this kind of an like, I was better off getting a digital set or having my digital set just work to begin with. And
for our purposes.
Yeah, for our purposes.
As the purpose of a business. Yeah.
It's not like I knew that at the time, though, right? Like I said, I thought we were going to be doing in-person event, but no, it just didn't take. So, my phone! We invested in this phone for the business because I needed a better camera. Ask Amanda, I used the worst phones before this phone. Like, I was so cheap. I'm like, I'm going to buy a flip phone. I was sad I couldn't get, like, a Nokia flip phone anymore.
So you got a blue.
I got the blue, and then I instantly blew the screen on it. Like, I dropped a glass on it or something, and I cracked it.
I thought you had it longer than that.
It was pretty quick. And then the business happened, and I'm like, oh, I told Amanda had like
a nicer phone.
Yeah, I got a nicer phone than this was a nicer phone than Amanda's at the time.
And then I upgraded my phone because
she got jealous. Time. Yeah, no, she got jealous.
It was time. I got a good deal.
It was time for her to get a new phone because she didn't want me to have a better one than hers. The phone actually did work out really well because this is when I filmed the 100K video we have. This is an awesome track that you can race on, or public slot car track that you can race on, or something. I don't know. This was it. This is only a 30 FPS camera on this thing. So don't let people say, like, oh, you have like the best equipment in the world to get a hit YouTube video, because, like I said, this has actually done a couple thousand views, actually, more than just that. We have the snowboard kids, I think I filmed on this too.
Okay, yeah, so it's a Samsung.
Yeah, the Samsung Galaxy A31. I think that's what it is. That is. Yeah. Phone. Getting a big thumbs up, but it did get replaced. Wah, wah. I still use it, actually, for the thumbnails. We'll get into that later. Keep watching. The variable power supply.
That's a biggie.
We ended up selling it, and I haven't really missed it. I might have some PTSD because I had a defective one, which is right there. I'm like looking at it. It's taunting me. And it exploded. It had an electrical explosion. I had to like feel my eyebrows. I was like, oh man. I was like stood there in shock for a couple seconds there. And then I like felt my eyebrows. I was like, okay, I think my hair's all here. I was like feeling myself, make sure I didn't like get burned, or like, you know what I mean? Because it was like, because the adrenaline hit me. The variable power supply allows you to run up to 6 124s, is what they say. Carrera does not condone this at all, okay? But the problem with that is that I've never found myself wanting to race 6 people with 124 cars.
124s are not as hardy as 132s, am I right?
Well, they're harder to pass and they take up more room, so like I don't necessarily think you'd want to have 6 people. For most people anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, anyways, the variable power supply.
Let me
Yeah, give your thoughts.
add. So we have the one that exploded on you.
It's right there.
Why do we still have that?
I haven't thrown it out yet. It's part of e-waste.
Okay, good answer. Well, moderate answer.
Ooh. The controller extension cables and the wire controllers.
That was a challenge for you to get that.
I had to like really search online and somebody finally offered to sell me them. I paid a decent amount of money for them, but I love them. So here's the thing. I think the wireless controllers are great, except if you're going to have to do it weekly, because I found I always had to like charge them a couple days before and they just took forever to charge and I'd be like wasting my Saturday. And people were saying just turn off the control unit timer. And the problem with turning off the control unit timer is I didn't trust to leave the control unit running that long. I was like, I'm going to forget it. It's going to run all night. I'm just going to complain about the power bill.
Billy's going to forget.
100% going to forget. So the wireless controllers, and I was also like I had to like chain them up because I was afraid of people trying to take them, which is a very real concern. So when we switched to wired controllers with extensions, I still love it to this day. Very convenient. But if I was doing a home track, I'd still prefer the wireless. So I guess I'm giving these a thumbs up. You can't really get these wired extensions either anymore. Scenery! So we have the press tower, and we have the grandstand and the figures, and then probably some other stuff I'm forgetting. Oh, I guess you can count the start light and position tower.
Yes, that's scenery.
Yeah. Well, some people are going to debate me on the position tower, even though they really shouldn't. But yeah, okay, so what do you think?
I guess it's also just a necessity.
Well, for a store.
For a store.
We want to show off what we're selling.
And then it makes it look a little bit nicer. You kind of people want to come to your booth in our case. And
yeah, I actually don't find myself using the garage as much as I thought I would. I thought I was going to put the slot cars in the garage to show off the customers, but I just never do it.
Huh. Well, I challenge you next week to do that.
Anyways, yeah, scenery. Again, this is another for me. Although I really like the position tower. I really do like the position tower. Oh, I guess I should talk about... Why don't we talk about the driver displays now? Because I wouldn't consider that scenery per se, because those actually have some utility that if you had the TV against the wall and you want to have people that can't see the TV like on the other side of the track to help marshal and drive at the same time, you'd want to have a driver display so they could see it. So what do you think of the driver displays?
I always thought they were pretty cool because it gives you a few different functions. Either it just shows your speed or you use it for your gas.
You know, the driver displays, I thought I wasn't going to need them because I'm like, I'll just put it on my laptop screen or like cast my phone to a TV and people will be able to see the feel from that. But now I just really prefer the driver display to the app. Like, I can't imagine going back to the app. It's just nicer to have a dedicated display and I don't have to like scan for my name on the TV or like memorize where my name is on the TV. I just have to look at my thing, my driver display, which is, you know, has number. I put numbers on them. And then I could take a look, see what I need, and go look back up at the track. It's just faster, and those milliseconds, like seconds count, okay? And it's going to take you a little bit longer to look at a TV. Let's be real here. So the driver displays are actually going to get a huge thumbs up for me, and I definitely encourage people to give at least one a try. Like I said, if you don't like it, if you don't think it's worth it, you can still put it in a place where somebody might be having trouble seeing the TV. So it's still worth it. Track call buttons.
Okay, Billy, but how often do we use those?
Don't do this to me. First off, these were very expensive. And I ended up getting 2 control units to plug them in.
So why is it not used often on our track? Like,
I never use it. It's disconnected.
It's there.
It's disconnected.
You disconnected them?
All of them have been disconnected.
They're not even there for show?
No.
Where did they go?
They're underneath the table. No, because
This is worse than I thought.
My initial thought was when people are racing, I could have them use the control buttons, like the track call buttons. If somebody wipes out, they can like marshal themselves, handle it themselves, and I could deal with customers. Did not take. The problem is kids just hit the stupid button, and some adults too. So people are just constantly stopping and pausing and turning off the lap counting. Was that the most annoying one?
Off the lap counting.
Yes, because if you hit the green button before you hit the red button, that's the escape button. So that's also the pace car button. And so when the pace car mode is activated, it won't count laps. So that's the problem, is like people were hitting the green button just to be, I don't know, just for something to do. And then they would do pace car mode, and like it was just 2 lights come on. It gives a little beep. When there is multiple people racing, I don't notice a beep. And then it's only when I look down at the timer to see how much time is left on the race that I notice it hasn't been counting laps. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, even at home, it's still not worth it, because at home I have everybody like at different parts of the table, or people know to stop racing at home too. You know what I mean? It's not a bunch of amateurs. When somebody comes off the track, somebody might have to yell stop, but we all know to stop. So the track call buttons seem like a great thing when you're first starting out, but let me tell you, they're just not worth it. They're not worth it. Big thumbs down for me. I wish I didn't get them.
Oh, and I liked them so much. I really liked the concept.
It's a great concept, isn't it? The problem is it just doesn't ever get used.
Sad.
Amateur people don't know enough to like not press them for no reason, and professional people don't need them because you know to stop. We are going to talk about the PAW Patrol Carrera Go set now.
Oh, wasn't that just a Christmas gift though?
It was kind of a Christmas gift, but we also bought it for the business. We had an ulterior motive. Come on. The kids played with it a couple times. We did a review on it. We did do it for the Lego cars too. It's been used a couple times. I guess it's kind of nice because if anything cool or innovative comes out for Carrera Go, and Carrera Go is usually like the test bed for that kind of stuff, we have options for it.
Very true.
I'm going to give this one a meh. It got used a couple times. What about you? What's your rating? Same thing?
Yeah, it's not the greatest. It's a good set to get kids involved, but for the business wise, you're right, just meh.
How about our video editor? The video editing software we use.
That's like, how many thumbs up can you give something?
I'm actually going to give it mostly a thumbs up. It didn't do too well with multiple cameras at the same time. And sometimes it messes up if like the clip. It's mostly, I'm going to give this a 90% thumbs up. It's just once in a while, which hasn't happened in a long time to be fair to it. But like once in a while it goofs up, which I guess every video editor does.
So is that the video editor's fault or your laptop?
It's the video editor's fault. It has a little quirk where it doesn't like it if I have a cut too close together from another cut. And it could possibly, I don't think it's a laptop. I really think it just didn't like the multi-view, but you could use OBS for multi-camera view to be fair to it. Like there was better options than what I was trying to do. So I guess, yeah, I don't know. The video editor, I'm going to give it a 95% thumbs up. Let's go on. That's VideoPad video editor, by the way.
95% up on one thumb or 2 thumbs?
2 thumbs.
Okay. So pretty good. Okay.
What about the Lego car we bought? So the Lego car we bought to convert to a slot car.
Okay. Here's the thing. I was so excited for this. So excited. And we had fun building. We have video of us each building one and racing it. I thought it was fun. So we bought it. Like, obviously we bought it for the business with the sole purpose of advertising. That did diddly squat.
That video didn't do too well. I actually agree with you. I was actually going to give it a higher rating, but when thinking about it, you're right. Like, it was just okay.
But if you want one, look at this beauty over here. You guys can kind of see. We
have build and race sets, but yeah. So the Lego car and the Lego slot cars, giving it a thumbs down, just didn't pan out.
So are we just talking about just the...
I was talking about the Lego police car.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We'll put them both together because you are right. We bought the Lego slot car. That's okay. Let's just move on. Let's move on from everything. It's the same rating for everything anyway.
They were fun experiences. I will give them that.
A 3D printer.
Oh gosh, do you not hear it in his voice? He's like a kid on Christmas morning.
No, I'm. You're wrong, Missy.
Oh.
So if I had stuck with the cardboard, we actually would have been getting way more views because I feel like what happened was this is what happened. Okay, I was too stubborn. I'm like, I want to increase our quality of our videos. I don't want cardboard scenery anymore. So I waited months to make another Gran Turismo course, and we used to get like 10K views, 7K views, 10K views on the Gran Turismo courses. And then what happened was the movie came out, and I feel like a lot of people made more Gran Turismo content. And because I wasn't keeping up, my audience left me for other users. So by the time I ended up getting this stupid video out, I found myself, I never really kind of recovered from that.
No, it kind of flatlined for that theme.
Series,
and that's why we're trying to
change
mix it up.
But I have used a 3D printer a lot, and I do enjoy it, but it was not worth me not continuing the video series. So I'm going to tell creators right now, do not stop making content just because you don't have optimal equipment. If the stuff you're doing now works, keep it up because you don't want to lose your audience. But yeah, okay, I'm going to be fair to the 3D printer. I have used it an awful lot. Like I used it for the shorts. I made some custom slot cards with it. So I do love it. And we have been getting higher views on average for our shorts. So I am going to still give this thing 2 big thumbs up. But the main problem with it is it likes to F around with me once in a while.
Yeah, it's not
we need a second. We need a second printer, that's for sure. We'll get into that in another video. The DMX slot cars.
Oh boy. That you bought it. I don't know how long you had to sit around until we finally made a video with it. It was fun. It gave us some videos. It gave us a nice sentimental video of Truffles watching the one car do its little loop around or whatever.
I don't remember how much it paid for, but it wasn't very much. So I feel like it actually made its money back in the AdSense from that video.
Likely, because you just got it from Goodwill or Value
Village. Market. Yeah, it was a flea market.
Oh, it's the flea market?
Yeah.
Our flea market?
Yeah. Someone was selling it there.
Wow.
So I'm going to give these 1 thumbs up. You did your job. You did it pretty good. I don't know.
I feel like it leads into that new Carrera stuff that's coming out, but...
The one we're not going to get?
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Carrera Hybrid. The Yeti mic!
Yes. Has upgraded our sound quality by a ton.
Gonna give that 2 major thumbs up.
So the only thing is, you have to adjust it. Like with anything. And it's not like it has a little scale on it so you know what
Actually,
you need.
some of the newer ones do. We got an older Yeti mic because it was on sale.
Okay, well, I stand corrected. That's what you pay for. You pay for what you get, or you get what you pay for. But
I don't think we need to... we put it in different environments. That's why we're always constantly adjusting it.
That is true, too.
Now, people like to trash talk the Yeti mic. Okay, listen. Here's the thing. What they don't understand is that the Yeti mic has different settings. So when I'm doing the slot car videos, right? So when Amanda and I used to do the slot car videos, she's like racing around with each other, there was the omnidirectional, it would film the whole room sound, and that came in so handy because you could hear the slot cars running, and then you could also still hear us talking. So it definitely had its uses. Although I do feel like when we're going to do the next if we ever bring that series back of us racing against each other, we'll use wireless mics.
Are those now lapel mics?
They are lapel mics, but we'll get into that, I guess, right now. Because one of the last things we bought was the Osmo Pocket 3. So it's a handy-dandy little video camera.
Oh, okay.
And this is what Conquest has suggested to us. And thank you very much, Conquest. So we got the creator combo. So it's the Osmo Pocket 3, comes with some batteries, comes with a wireless mic, and comes with some swappable batteries that you can hot swap, along with a little tripod stand.
And that's what we're recording with right now.
It also works as a webcam. So if you notice, our live show webcam got way better, that's why. Because, to be fair to it, though, a lot of cameras can do webcam and also camera and video. But what makes the Osmo Pocket 3 special, especially to me, is that it's small, compact, and light. And I found myself able to do the YouTube short videos way easier with it. Because before I was fumbling around the phone and using the stupid selfie stick to try to get the right angle. And, phones are big too.
Right.
Because I'm trying to fit those things in small corners. The Osmo Pocket 3 is small, so it's really easy for me to put it by a curve and like tilt it down. Like it's on a gimbal too, so I can get the perfect angle pretty much instantly. I did have one problem where it just would not unfocus from a fence section on the track. I never had that problem again, but it's got me really paranoid about it. But the Osmo Pocket 3 is getting 2 huge thumbs up. And I think that's pretty much everything I can think of that we bought for the business.
I wonder what else. Well, just our supplies.
If you want to talk about... Oh, we forgot about the laptop. Let's do
Okay.
the laptop. Okay. So my laptop is actually pretty... It was pretty mid-range 4 years ago. And it worked great for standard 1080p from the phone. Like, I have no complaints, okay? But when we moved on to this 10-bit color processor camera, the Osmo Pocket 3, even at 1080, it just takes forever for the computer to load the footage. Like, it's not the video editor's fault, it's the computer processor's fault. And I even used my graphics card on the laptop to help it out. And it did help it out, but it's still way too long. It's just ridiculous. Like I said, it's gonna be it could be like a couple hours for the footage to load. So I could like run it in the morning. I'll probably run it in the morning with this video just so it could process it all right the day I'm gonna edit it.
Yeah, and then checking back on it to make sure that your computer didn't fall asleep.
Yeah, I know. So the laptop does get 2 big thumbs up, but the laptop does need to be replaced. So big sad about that. Trust me, I really wanted to keep that thing alive, but.
Well, if you have any suggestions on what we should be buying, he does want to stick with the laptop because it just offers him the flexibility of working at the market.
I have children. I don't
working
have a
in
dedicated
bed,
room.
working wherever his heart contents. So a desktop is not in the cards. But if you have any suggestions on what the next laptop should be for Billy, for specifically so he can edit and just general office stuff that he needs to do for the business, please let us know below. We'd appreciate it.
All right, guys, that was a fun podcast. Amanda and I are super tired. We definitely paused for some yawn breaks, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.